Hi folks, thank you very much for joining me on this little video. I hope you enjoyed that little Telecaster track. I'm going to give you the playing tips now, but just another little look at this custom shop Telecaster. I love it. Do you like it? I know a lot of you do, but some people will think this is a big joke, having a guitar that's Relic like this. But what I'm thinking, right, if we agree that the less finish on a guitar, the more it might resonate, then surely heavily relic guitars should sound good. I think this acoustically sounds wonderful. It has a real warmth to it. I think it translates in the tones. Anyway, let's get on with the playing tips. As you know, this is not stock. The reason I did not sell the guitar when I first got it, although the sound underwhelmed me a little bit, the feel of the guitar is amazing. I love the way it feels. And I just knew in my heart this guitar could give more, and so I thought, let's not sell it, let's just change the pickups. And of course it's now got the Seymour Duncan quarter pound in the bridge, the bare knuckle Stormy Monday in the neck, and I just love this setup. Anyway, enough babbling, let's get on with the playing tips. So the first one is playing at only 70% of what you have on tap, volume wise, on your guitar. So I've deliberately set my rig up to be louder than I really want or need. I've got two drive pedals on, the Cornell Romany and the Telecaster. On full chat, I think it sounds too distorted, too rocky, too much like a bee in a jam jar. So this is what it is on full chat. I'll be sounding like Rob Chapman in a minute. No offence, Rob, you're a wonderful man, but you know, the pinched harmonics, it's not really me. So if I take my volume back a good chunk and my tone back a good chunk, I'm back to what I consider to be my tone, a nice chewy sort of tone. So, but now I'm going to strike a note at the 65-70%, and just by bringing in the volume and then the tone, it's a cheap trick, but it just makes the guitar howl. Or what else was I doing? You can just hear it start to bloom, so I do that quite a lot, especially on the Telecaster. Next one is pickup swapping. As you know, this particular Telecaster is a bit souped up. Seymour Duncan quarter pound in the bridge, Stormy Monday from bare knuckle in the neck. So I can go from quite typical Telecaster type sounds to lovely warm if I change where I pick. You notice on the bridge pickup I tend to sometimes exaggerate the Telecaster sound. So I started off quite bridged there, and I graduated up the neck, but with the neck pickup I sometimes really go particularly up the neck. But you get the picture. So I really like this configuration. I'm really liking it. I don't want to go back to normal Telecaster now. Next one, violin swells. Greg Cox taking the ball now, and he's running with it with all of that kind of stuff. So I had that from Roy Buchanan years ago, just striking the note acoustically and then bringing in the volume. It helps if the tone is wound to max, which is normally a bit too much for normal playing, but for something like swelling, it really just, whoa, it exaggerates the effect of it. And it's great on a Strat because of the placement of its volume. On the Telecaster, not quite so convenient, but the sheer trebly girth of the Telecaster, it makes these notes just pop. So the last couple of things, oh yeah, pan muting. I was doing a bit of You probably do this as well, where you take the karate chop part of your hand, but when you do a pattern underneath it, it sounds almost like Rory Gallagher. That kind of stuff. So that makes that part of the track just kind of pop. And the last thing I was doing, oh yes, octaves, just a bit of a cheap trick. I guess it's a jazz player's thing. I was going and it just again, it just breaks the kind of boredom of just playing constant blues licks. So that was tonight's tips. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you on the next video.